Guys, I'm here with the cast, the crew. Well, some of the cast and crew, isn't it? Only a few of Mrs. Kapoor's daughter wedding, the Mauritius edition.
Yeah.
Ta-da. Hi, everyone. It's the first time we've met. Hello.
Hello.
So,
Hey,
Archana, I know you. I know you. You're
I know
like,
you.
explain your role in this. Like, so imagine I'm just a straight novice. I know nothing. I've heard about the show. Everyone's talking about the show. And all
Yeah.
I get is, Donny, why haven't you seen it yet? I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Haven't.
outrageous.
I was waiting for you guys to go to the West End, and I thought, yeah, all out, come on.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah, it's
on.
coming.
So now's the time. So, Archana, what's your role in Mrs. Kapoor's daughter's wedding?
So I have a few roles. I'm the director, scriptwriter, head choreographer, and I also star in the show as Lucy Lan, and just a few roles there. Um, in terms of the actual production, Mrs. Kapoor's Daughter's Wedding, for anyone that doesn't know about the show, it's a laugh out loud theatrical production. It's full of comedy, dancing, singing, and all. It celebrates the big fat Asian wedding.
Yeah.
It's about Mrs. Kapoor. Yeah, the drama that basically happens behind the scenes on putting on this big fat wedding. This particular wedding is a destination wedding, so you can imagine the airport antics, the Kapoors packing their suitcases, the drama that you have at the airport, and then God forbid their suitcases get lost before the wedding. What would happen? So
Okay,
And,
all
exactly,
right.
and also
spoilers
Mrs.
there.
Mrs. Kapoor not wanting to go abroad for the wedding at all.
So was she
Yes.
completely against she's pro the wedding, the couple, but doing it abroad, why? Why does Mrs. Kapoor not want to go to Mauritius?
It's expensive. And we've got everything in London. We've got the caterers, we've got the caterers, we've got the relatives, everyone is here. Why are we going abroad?
Oh, oh, so this is
So all
it.
the family members as well. There's a big family list that Mrs. Kapoor has here in London, and then obviously if she has to go abroad, she's going to have to cut down the list, which is going to be a difficult task for any Asian household.
Yeah, or are you going to get the official, someone's going to ask for a ticket to come to the wedding as well? Do they do that? Will they
You
do
have
that?
to find out in the show if that happens or not.
Ah, well, so we know if you're going Mauritius, we know unfortunately you didn't get your way, Mrs. Kapoor. Has that ever happened before?
No, I think this is what's interesting about the second show as well. In the first show, Mrs. Kapoor's first daughter, Priya, who's also played by Dwani, she listened to everything Mrs. Kapoor said, whereas the second daughter's a little bit more rebellious. She wants things her way. So it's a new dynamic that's being brought out in the second show where Mrs. Kapoor doesn't get her own way. She's out of her comfort zone, and what follows as a result of Mrs. Kapoor not getting her own way.
Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So I'll just put my face in there as well, show me as well a little bit on the video. So yeah, so moving across, Manoj, you obviously are Mrs. Kapoor.
Yeah.
Right, okay. How is that playing Mrs. Kapoor? Because I've
Uh,
heard you've had a lot of fun with it.
yeah, it's very interesting. So I'm not an older woman at
Right.
all. So it's the whole process is very no it's because we're in showtime that I don't have a beard. Otherwise, normally I have a full-on beard and
Oh,
everything.
really? So
Yeah,
everyone that knows you with the whole beard, looking
yeah.
very kind of like butch and everything, and then all of a sudden your hair clean
I wouldn't
shaven.
go as far as saying I look butch, but yes, I
Oh,
have a beard.
right.
But
But I
yeah,
rock the
full on,
beard.
yeah, full on beard and not like this at all. And then on show day, I think I think I've said to Archana a few times that there are people who have come to see the show and they had no idea that I was in there. So one of my dad's, a good friend of my dad who comes to my house sometimes and he's seen me. He saw my dad at the one of the London shows and he was like, "Oh, Dame Panavia, you're here as well." And he was like, "Yeah, my son's in there, so I'm in it." And then this was after the show. So he was like, "Oh, where was your son? Was he backstage?" And my dad was like, "No, he was Mrs. Kapoor." And he was like, "Nahoy, no way."
Oh, well, that's credit to you for your skills then, to be honest. So how did everyone else come about it? So like, how was the casting? Actually, you brought in, like, was it Mrs. Kapoor and Manoj? Did you guys have the thought through about how this is going to go? How did you build up the team?
So the show's been going on for 7 years now, and this is the sequel show. So a few of the characters have kind of dripped into the second show as well. And then we've decided with the second show to have a whole new dimension with the new daughter, new cast, and a new destination.
New challenges,
So
yeah.
Manoj has always been on the cards for me. He's fabulous. He's absolutely hilarious with his comedy sketches. So I wanted someone that has that kind of understanding of the Gujarati culture as well, and understands all these kind of comedy elements to it. So Manoj kind of really stepped into this character so well, and I think he's really owning this Mrs. Kapoor's character. Kush, he has been phenomenal. Kush actually stepped in as a dancer when he first joined us, and
Wow.
his acting skills have been phenomenal, and I'd say upgraded as well. So he's doing a bit of dancing backstage with all the things that he's learned. You can see him
Right.
dancing in the sidelines, but he's acting now as Mr. Kapoor. So I think the duo together has really been phenomenal to see on stage. They're absolutely hilarious. So I think that the chemistry has been really, really good with them.
I'm looking at you guys right now, and I'm trying to imagine this on stage as well. And
Yeah.
then with the bright lights of the West End, I think it's pretty awesome. So definitely, I mean, Kush, how's it been like adopting the role, the acting, going from dancing and then now actually learning lines? Has that been hard? Because I can't
It's
remember any.
been absolutely phenomenal. I think this whole experience, as fast paced as it has been, like I've just been trying to soak up every part of the process, the rehearsal process. Working with Manoj is incredible. He's such a high energy performer. You can't not bring your A game to match him. So it's been a challenge, but a challenge that I've taken with open arms. Yeah.
How do you deal with those nerves then? It's like putting
The
you up against
nerves.
a hero or something, isn't it?
Yes. Well, thankfully, I can use the nerves towards Mr. Kapoor's character a little bit. So he's a larger than life dad, but he is subordinate to his wife and lives under the thumb of Mrs. Kapoor, which is brilliant. And using like the nerves in the show help to bring out this sort of relatable dadsy uncle character who's just wants to try and get a word in but struggles to. So yeah, it's a fun dynamic playing this with Manoj.
How similar is it to your real life character?
Oh, I feel like slowly but surely through this rehearsal process, I've started to adopt more Sashi Kapoor-like tendencies. Thankfully,
Are you married? Are you married? Are you a partner?
I am not. I am actually a university graduate, fresh out of uni.
Oh, right.
Yes.
So thank you to Manoj for
So,
training you up for your potential partner.
oh yeah,
I didn't,
absolutely.
no, I didn't do much training. I think he was already quite talented as it is. Like he's giving me way too much credit. But yeah.
Oh, bless. So who do you think who is the most quirkiest, I think skillful and vibrant? We know that is. Who do you think faced the hardest challenge of learning how to act in the crew? Like who started off the weakest but has shone and developed in a different way that has surprised everyone?
I think I was very weak when I started the role,
Oh,
honestly. Yeah, I think I came into the role a lot more as the shows progressed. I think the very first few shows, I think I just got better. I think I got more comfortable with the character. I knew what the character was as I learned a little bit more. And I also learned what worked with the audience and what didn't work with the audience. So I
right.
think the first few shows was more a trial and error, like learning what worked, what didn't work. And then as time went on, there's a lot of characteristics that we've grown in my rendition of Mrs. Kapoor, because I think originally she was known for one line, which made her a household name, whereas I've added in a few things like the way she laughs, the way she like
Okay.
creates drama, and there's always a certain thing that she says throughout the show, and the audience has really taken to that. So all of these things has helped to make this character larger than life.
Brilliant, brilliant. And Devani, I want to ask you, now you've were you in the first season in the first show as
Yes,
well?
I've been
Went to the
pretty much
second.
since the start. Yeah.
You've been from the start as well. How does it feel when I should have phoned up and said, "Yo, guys, West End, it's happening. Like you're actually going to the West End. How was that taken? Like, what was your thoughts when that happened? Or was it a plan? Were you trying to hit the West End? How did it work? How did it all come about?
So we were actually supposed to hit the West End in 2020 with the tour. However, obviously due to COVID, it didn't go ahead. So it was really special that we were able to bring number 2 to the West End. And even the jump from number 1 to 2 is so big, with the sets, with the characters, with the cast. Like it's really molded into such a great theatre production that bringing this to the West End is something that everyone just has to watch. And it's something very different, something that's never been there, and it's the first Asian production to hit the West End. So
I'm gonna ask a straight up question, right? Because a couple of friends of mine asked the same question. They've already seen the show. What's different and what's to come and see in the West End? And I thought it was a very genuine question. Like what makes them want to go again, even though you've seen it once?
It's an immersive show, so it also depends when you've seen it, because this year's tour is an immersive show. So from the minute you book your tickets, you get to pick which side you're coming from. So either the groom side or the bride side. Yeah,
wow,
so
that's cool.
for the very first time, the Adelphi Theatre is going to be split in 2. So all the groom side will be on one side, all hopefully dressed in blue because that's the theme color, and all the bride side will be in red. So all of this.
So when they book tickets, they get allocated or they choose what side they're coming from?
They choose, yes.
I love that.
So from the minute you book the tickets, you're part of the wedding. Within the actual production, you're also involved. So there will be times where the wedding planner will be going around asking questions, getting you involved in the wedding, in the actual big family photo as well. You're part of this. Within the show, as the audience members, or I'd say the family, you get to pick which sari Mrs. Kapoor gets to wear on the wedding day. And this is done via a voting app. So you get to vote before the actual wedding day scene whether Mrs. Kapoor overshines the mother-in-law and wears the same sari as her, or does she wear the same color as the bride. So there are kind of little dynamics that are involved in there where you're involved in the actual production as well, all the way towards the end as well, where throughout the tour we've had things like the bidai ceremony, where we've actually come out and all the family have gone into the car and all the audience members are around and they're part of this, and you can actually sense that they feel that one of their family members have actually got married and they're saying bidai to them. So we're all crying because we're trying to be part of this immersive scene that's off stage, but the people around us are actually feeling this as well. So I think there's this whole fan base that have followed us over the last 7 years and are actually enjoying this. I think Dwani mentioned that getting to the West End is this big Vidai ceremony, isn't it? This big build-up of 7 years, and now we're at the West End. It's just going to be phenomenal to have this with everyone.
I don't like that thought of a Vidai. I feel like it's ended, but it's another chapter. Where will it go with that as well? I mean, is that something potentially we're thinking about? Like, where will it go after West End? Like, what is the plan?
Oh, we have plans. We have lots of plans. We just have to. We're just telling everyone to follow the journey on our social medias, and everything will be kind of announced. And if you come to the West End, you'll also get a bit of an insight to what's going to happen next. I think for those that have seen the show and are questioning why we're coming again, the West End night is going to be a big celebration for South Asian representation. It's going to be a huge historic moment. The first British Gujarati theatre show to land in the West End. I think that alone is going to be amazing. We do have lots of star people coming, not just on stage, but in the audience members. So keep a lookout on our socials. You'll probably get some drips and drabs of who's going to be coming. So there'll be a big red carpet out there as well. So we're encouraging everyone to dress up because it will be a big fat Asian wedding in the West End.
Oh, that's going to be pretty. Now, Rio, we've been really quiet in the corner here.
Listening for once.
For a minute there, I was like, has he put a picture up and he's done one of those clever things?
Yeah.
Has he? Rio, tell me about your role and everything in it. What do you do? Other than looking so beautiful.
I play the groom. I play a role in Mr. Kapoor's daughter's wedding. So I play the groom, and I joined the production this year. It's just such a wonderful production.
How hard was that joining a quite established cast and crew where everyone are best friends?
To be honest, it was absolutely amazing. It's such a nice family and a nice it's just such a welcoming group of amazing people that have embraced me so nicely, and just to be a part of it, it was just incredible. It was absolutely amazing. The way that people welcomed me, the way we all kind of worked together, the support I got, because this is my first acting debut as well. So the fact that I had so many amazing, talented people around me who were offering their support was just, I should be the one sort of, being so grateful at that point. So, it's such an amazing cast there to definitely be working with. And
is Mrs. Kapoor a good mother-in-law?
Do you know what? No.
No.
And you get to see that. You get to see that through the actual play. So
Rio, name a song that you think sums up your relationship with your mother-in-law.
Not me. We get
gosh.
on quite well, but with Mrs. Kapoor.
But Mrs. Kapoor, I know we're going to cause beef here later on. The titles on the newspaper. Watch it. I'm going to make Raj put it on Biz Asia, everything, right, all over there. Manoj, Rio, loggerheads, they hate each other. That's what happened.
No, me and Manoj are actually good mates in real life. That's the thing. We're actually good mates. But it's the characters. It's the characters of kids. Yeah. God, Manoj, what do you think? What song would you think?
Bollywood or English?
I think Chori Bari drama queen hai. 100%. 100%.
That gives me a very good insight as well. I mean, I've seen lots of that as well. Rio, so what kind of happens backstage then, right? You can spill the beans, right? While everyone's working hard, who gets the most stressed out of the group here? Who gets most stressed?
I think I stress a lot of people out. I think I stress people out.
No, listen, you're free to say whatever you want. Pick on anyone.
I think the person who gets most stress is Archana.
Yeah.
But I don't think we help the situation. I get like a high anxiety in the lead up to the show, and the way my anxiety manifests, I need to go to the toilet all the time. Like I need to run. And sometimes like 2 minutes before the show, and I'm like, I really need to go. And Asha's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. I was like, no, I do. And then I run to it and come back. So sometimes she's very stressed because the show might have started and I've run to the loo and just coming back.
Well, the show can't start until Manoj is there because he's the opening act. So I have people in my earpiece saying, is Manoj there on standby? And I'm thinking, yeah, he's on standby, when I know he's just run off to the toilet. Yeah.
No, but Archana, I can understand why you get more stressed as well. I get that. Rio, who's the funniest backstage? Not in character, backstage.
To be honest, you haven't met Bav yet. Bav's hilarious backstage. Yeah. He has everybody. He's literally got everybody laughing. He's there to support them, and you just feel very comfortable in his presence. But he literally has you laughing. Manoj still has everybody laughing. I mean, you see a lot of you see a different character obviously when he's on stage, but the one thing that he does have is that humor, and that really carries through backstage as well and keeps everybody sort of elated and lifted and energetic as well. So I've got to say, on screen right now, it's got to be Manoj, definitely. And Kush, he definitely has a smile that makes everybody sort of just just to carry on. Everything's going to be okay. I've got my eyes. Don't worry, it's going to be fine.
Shout out to Bav and Kush. Right, Rio, out of everyone, who's the one that talks about protein or gym the most?
I can tell you who talks about food the most.
Who talks about food the most?
I think when it comes to, I think I'm always looking for food. I'm always like, can we go Nando's? Can we go this? Can I go this? Can I go that? All the time.
We do provide food, by the way, just to clarify. We do provide food. He's obviously looking for food somewhere else.
Yeah. Let's just clarify that. There's food there, but I have a specific desire sometimes. But I think in terms of fitness and things like that, I think everyone's just ready to eat whatever. So I don't think fitness even enters
we enjoy our food.
I would think like doing the amount of shows and the energy you guys put in, I thought there'd be at least one, because everywhere I go, all my mates, someone's like, protein, bro, you need to go gym, you need to do this as well. But there's always one.
I think we did used to talk. I think I used to talk a lot about food. Like I'm on a diet, like my never-ending diet that I'm always on. But I think on show day it has to end. Like if I don't eat enough, then I don't have enough
Yeah.
energy to perform.
But
So
we have a
on
good
show,
training program though, for a good 6 to 8 months prior to the shows. We have a good training program with the dancers and everyone,
Oh,
and we all
wow.
know what to eat, how to kind of like, look after ourselves. And
Get enough
everyone's
rest.
different. I think everyone has a different eating plan and stuff. Not one way does not work for everyone. So
Yeah.
by showtime, we all know what works for us.
yeah.
Pretty awesome. Right, okay. I think we've got a lot of information on there. I just know how's the slog been getting it from the start to the end? I think it's only right. I do think you put a lot of energy, and I think, is it fair to say you're the brainchild of the whole Mrs. Kapoor character and the development of how the show went through?
I
Devani's
think
nodding very strong here, Devani. Do you want to say it? Because blowing your own trumpet is hard. Do you want to be honest with me? Like, like Archana, she puts a lot of energy in. How much does she actually end up doing? Because I'm getting this image that she's a driving force, puts the energy in, team
Hiten is
morale.
there as well. My husband Hiten. He's we're both the directors of the show. So I think I'm blessed to get all the creative work. He does all the logistic management stuff. So, the tours, all the other stuff, the coaches, getting these artists kind of like on par as well. That's all of Hiten's stuff. Mine's is the creative stuff. I get to do the writing, the choreography, the acting, the management on the day. So yeah, I get the fun stuff. So we balance it out. But
Oh,
yeah,
And
I
beautiful.
think
Sorry,
Sorry,
what I
Helen.
add is that when I first came into the show, I just thought it was like a mini production that's going to last maybe 1 or 2 shows. But little did I know that it'll go this far. It will be
Yeah.
like touring nationwide. And it's just what's so beautiful about it is just Archana and Hiten support. Like they're just so supportive. They treat you like family. You don't feel like you're working, or you don't feel like you have to do it. You feel like, do you know what? I'm actually really looking forward to, like today, I think we can all say safely that we're all looking forward to Sunday for Birmingham.
Yeah.
And it's just so nice that when we want to give out our opinions, or if you want to say, can we do this, can we do that, like she listens, she adapts. They just work together, and you just never feel out of place. Like we're waiting for more. Like even it's making us sad that there's only 2 more shows left, and we're like, oh Chitin, what's more, like what can we see more of? Because being part of this journey for 7 years, like it's something that's kept us going. And to think that, like, do you know what, we want more. It's just all due credit to Archana and Hiten for like just supporting us so much and helping us
Bonnie, you're
grow.
making me emotional now. I'm just thinking, who are you doing,
I have
man?
a really good team though. I know this
What are you
sounds all like
doing?
very emotional, but we have a fabulous team. We have
We
a
do.
backstage crew as well that really hold everything together. The backstage crew nobody sees. Obviously everyone sees the artists, but they hold the show together from behind the scenes.
I think one of the things that I love as well is people always, from what you see on TV about people in the arts or on stage, it seems like people are very jealous of each other or very catty or very bitchy, but we don't have that here. At least I've never seen it. If anyone has drama behind the scene, we don't know. Everyone else is saying. But
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware, like everyone has everyone's best interest at heart. Like I think it's such a good family. It is a family. Like we do. I think sometimes you hear this said a lot about work people or people who work together. That's like a family. But I think this is the first place where it genuinely does feel like a big family that we're part of, and it's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, to have a functional family, especially in this day and age, is quite lucky. So I appreciate it when you guys look very happy.
I wouldn't say we're functional, but we
Oh,
can be a
God.
bit dysfunctional. We like
Give the props.
where we
I
like
was
give
like,
each other
listen,
stress a bit, where I'm running
listen.
around.
Listen,
like,
mate, he's bigging us up, all right?
I was like, look how beautiful that they fight on stage, but they're one big humsat pair. Everyone comes in
Yeah, we
together.
are. We are. That's it.
I'm sitting there, like I said, I'll hands up, right? I've not seen the show. I've been sitting there for a long time as well. I mean, Velissa's been constantly telling me, like, why I haven't come to put my name down, but I will come. I'll come in my own time. I just didn't want to come with everyone else because I want to be immersive. And like now I know where we're going. So we're in Birmingham on Sunday, right? What are the dates at the moment? Should we go from, so it's Birmingham on Sunday.
So we've got Birmingham Sunday, and then 16th of July is the West End. So we finished
End,
this
right.
amazing tour that we've been on for the last 3 months, and now we're ending this whole epic tour in the West End at the Adelphi Theatre.
Yeah, it's going to be a big weekend that weekend as well. So yeah, no, definitely. I mean, tickets are still available, or is it?
Tickets are available, but we are
Right, just
selling
checking.
really, really fast, which is
Yeah, yeah.
phenomenal. So we do have quite a few tickets if everyone wants the best seats, really. So really book them quick. So you can grab your tickets at
Search
mkdw.co.uk.
it. I mean, the minute you type in MKDW online, it just comes up with everything. I was like,
Yeah.
this is a good takeover. I like this, and it's really proud. Like I said, I think I'm gonna find it hard to see how beautifully you guys get on, and then see all the bickering and the fighting on stage, and how that comes through. So it's gonna be very interesting to see the change of dynamics. I'm looking forward to that between Mr. and Mrs. Kapoor. We'll see how that goes on stage as well. I'll watch out for Rio in the back behind the curtains, just eating a quick snack, quick little
Yeah.
Nando's or something. Nando's, if you're watching, man, send this guy a bucket or something, man. Send him a halloumi burger or something, bro. Like, definitely. Right. So we got a few little things. Archana said, she suggested, because she's amazing like this. So she goes, let's do something fun, Donny, right? Let's do something fun. So she's like, let's play this and that. So I think to try and get everyone to shout out might be hard. So we might have to start off one by one. Does that work?
Yeah, you could
And
do
we'll
Mr.
go
and
and
Mrs. Kapoor, and then you could do Rio and Vani maybe, because me and you
yeah.
know the questions, Donny.
All right, yeah. So we'll do these four as well. So I'll do two each. We'll go around. We'll do two each at the moment and see what they say as well. Now, your spokesperson for the rest of the team. So if you say something that the rest of the team don't agree with, they'll just have to go with it now, right? So you are judge, jury, and executioner. You are like Mrs. Kapoor now at the wedding. Whatever you say, final, finish. Right, done.
I know.
The
Yeah.
first one, right, Mrs. Kapoor, let's go. Actually, I think this is obvious with you. So let's not start with you on the first question. Let's go with Kush, right? Beach wedding or a good old English manor house?
Oh, beach wedding, of course.
I
Yeah?
agree.
Yes.
Is that because the wife told you to? We've just lost everyone. Just lost everyone there. Right, so the next one's to you as well. Would you rather have too much clothes or not enough clothes?
Ooh, too much.
Too much.
Too
Good
much,
problem.
yeah.
Right, Mrs. Kapoor?
Hmm.
Right, what would you rather? Lose your suitcase or the wedding venue cancels?
The wedding venue cancels because you still get a holiday if you have your suitcase.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Plus, I think you get like 50 euros or dollars or something on top to spend.
Yeah. And then you can also like improvise your wedding. Like if the wedding cancels, all that matters is the people that are there and having a great time. So if everyone's got their suitcases and outfits and stuff, you can do the wedding at a beach in the middle of nowhere. Like forget the venue.
Oh, I like that. Just that's it. Make it pure. Ah, good thinking there as well. Right. So, what's the worst thing to happen? This or that? Would you rather walk in and the DJ plays the wrong song, or walk in and they play nothing?
Walk in and they play nothing. The wrong song is okay. Oh, I don't know. I'm never gonna walk in ever. I don't
Depends
know.
what the.
Oh, no.
Well, go back to when you two beautiful people got married.
Okay.
Wanna
I'm, I'm not married at all.
In
I would
character,
say
in character.
In
I
character.
think I think it's better to have no music than the wrong music, because if it's the wrong music, it might not go with my vibe or what I'm hoping to go with the route of. Whereas at least if there's no music, they're still paying attention to me walking down.
What about this? It's all about me. It doesn't worry about the song. I like that. Would you? Right. So, Kush, a sit-down meal or a buffet?
Ooh, oh, that's
Oh, I'm going to cut
difficult.
it there, Kush. We're not going to get you to answer. Vani, sit-down meal or a buffet?
Depends what's in the buffet, but I think I prefer a sit-down meal.
No, no, no. It's all about the buffet.
You like a
See,
mingle?
we're disagreeing, Mark.
Yeah, go and get all the different varieties, and you can go back for seconds and thirds. You don't get seconds and thirds with your sit-down meal. Thinking
Unless they
about
serve
Rio
it
here. I'm
hot.
thinking about Rio, who needs to go and get food a
Yeah,
lot.
Rio, maybe you're the best person to answer. What would you prefer, a sit-down meal or a buffet?
Mate, buffet all the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see?
I love that.
Buffet, it's about quantity. Like, I think obviously quality is important because you wouldn't go to anywhere. But the thing is, it's got to be that quantity. It's just knowing that you've got the opportunity just to go up and get more.
I
I'm just
love
one of
it.
those.
All right, I need to know more about your food, love. What do you prefer, samosas or doklas?
Samosas, mate. I'm always a samosa guy, mate.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
But
Devani, which one
I
are you?
do.
Samosas, but spring rolls over samosas.
Oh, oh, third in from the back there, little stumble.
Am I the only one who wants dokra over
No, I'm a
samosa?
dokla as well.
Yeah.
Push, you're the decider.
Oh, I'm definitely samosa, but
Oh.
spring rolls have now
Oh.
tempted me.
So we'll get more samosa. And then the final one as well, obviously with the end of the show coming as well. What would you prefer? A happy goodbye at the end of a wedding or a sad vidai? Tears or laughter?
I want a sad vidai because it makes me laugh.
I like a sad one. I like the music. I like the ambience of it. For
Well,
me, it's
that's-
quite theatrical.
Although I think as I've got
Yeah.
older, I don't laugh as much. I do feel sad for the people. I think I've grown into a more empathetic person. When I was younger, I used to go and laugh at the bride crying and be like,
You'll have
Oh,
to
no,
find out whether Mrs. Kapoor starts laughing at the end of the vidai.
No, you know it. So when I see Mrs. Kapoor laughing, that's when I know I should be crying. Or will my crying set Mrs. Kapoor off? It's a bit sinister, isn't it? Devani, yourself?
I think I want a happy vidai, but I'm going to end up having a very sad one because I'm probably the one that's going to be bawling my eyes out to begin with. So,
Oh,
are you gonna like, cry like you laughed though?
oh gosh,
how do you laugh?
we don't record that. We don't say
How
that.
do you laugh?
No, we don't.
We call it the pressure cooker, don't we?
Devani,
It
look
sounds
at
like
me,
a
look at me,
whistle.
look at me, look
She
at
laughs
me.
like this.
You said that right on air as well, my lord.
That's how
Right,
she laughed.
I need Devani's concentration. I want to hear the laugh now fully, yeah? Are you focused, mind? Right? I'm going to try. How do peas communicate? They mutter.
That was a dad joke. Sorry.
Oh,
No, it's funny. I think it's funny. I've never.
I like it.
You know
I've
what
never
was
heard that
funnier,
before.
Donny? It was funnier when you were doing your cow accents.
what was the accents? Everyone else is going to be sitting there, cow accents. We found out cows talk in accents.
Yeah.
Now, how would a Punjabi cow talk? Can anyone do a Punjabi cow?
Push.
Oh, dad.
Mrrr.
That's a
Punjabi hoye,
I thought that was a
Punjabi
sheep.
hoye. How would a
That sounded like a
Gujarati
sheep.
cow? No, that was a solid cow. I've
Thank
been to
you.
Punjab. That was a good Punjabi cow.
Thank you. I'd like to think I do a good solid
It just
cow
said
impression.
Gidda in cow.
Kid dying cow.
Yeah. Mooswala taught me.
Bonnie's really containing laughter because she doesn't want to do her laughter out loud.
Let's get out. Right. Who wants to do a Gujarati cow? Does anyone want to try a Gujarati cow?
Manoj.
Manoj.
I don't know how Gujarati cow would sound.
I don't even know how a cow sounds. Brrr. I want to sound the same with it.
Like, I don't know.
I wonder how the Chinese
Instead of
cows
su
will talk.
che, instead of su, they could be like mu che. Mu che.
Dessert from the Chinese shops is like mulcher.
Mu che. No, like su che, su kare che, mu kare che, mu che.
Love. Right, guys, we're gonna have to go because this one is gonna end right now as well. Just got the reminder and everything. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank
I'll edit all
you.
the bits out and everything as well. So we got Birmingham coming, West End on the 16th. 16th is the big finale. Are we all gonna cry at the end while clapping?
Possibly.
It's gonna be emotional.
Cry with laughter. Yes.
Cry with laughter.
Yeah.
Probably,
It's gonna be
Happy
emotional.
tears.
But Archana, please don't tell me that will be the end. That can't be the final curtain.
It's never the end, Donny. It never is.
Take care, peace, guys.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, Tony.
Take care.
Bye.
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 Bye. Pleasure meeting you all. Bye.
Bye bye.
Likewise.